Howdy, y'all. Caleb here, and whoo, we got some excitement today. GW just posted a video and an article on community Warhammer community that showed off some models they've released so far this year, some books that are upcoming, and some models to be released. And we've got some Seraphon models. Yes. We kind of all assumed Seraphon would get a battle tome this next year. There's a couple of them on the horizon that are order. We were hoping that one of them would be Seraphon. It looks like it probably is going to be. And we got some models teased in this video. So we got some still captures of those. We're going to look at them, maybe try to analyze them a little bit. This was the first one they had shown, and definitely, obviously, a Saurus unit. It, to me, that profile just reminds me of a mix between the Oldblood on foot, the Saurus Oldblood hero, and Saurus warriors. Because as you look at this here, this weapon definitely looks like the Saurus club. The Oldblood has a couple of different weapon options. I can't remember if any of them actually look like that. A lot of times you see the spear, the club, the sword, the maul, and there's some kind of club. Mine doesn't have that, and I've never actually seen an Oldblood on the table. But this shield, there's a couple different angles I think we have of this Saurus. That shield just screams Saurus warrior, not old one to me, Old Blood. The Old Blood shield is just so much bigger than that. But if I find it unlikely that they would redo the Saurus warriors. I find it much more likely that they would give us a new Saurus Oldblood on foot. The reason is, well, that came in small. This is the current Oldblood. Let's see if I can zoom in anymore. That they sell individually. Now, I don't know that anybody actually has this one. There comes an Oldblood in the kit for the start collecting. That's where you generally get your Oldblood on foot if you're going to use one. But this model obviously needs to be redone. You can see the maul there, the weapon that it has is a little different. The shield's a little different, a little bit beefier. But even the one that you build from the Carnosaur kit has a big, beefier shield than what we're seeing in this profile. So maybe it'd be Saurus Warriors, like a redone kit. But if I were going to put my money on it, it's an Oldblood on foot, or maybe a named version of that, or a variation of it. But an Oldblood that they could sell separately would be probably a good idea for them, since the current one's pretty bad. Maybe it comes with a new War Scroll that does a lot better. We're going to see an emphasis in this next season on foot heroes, and so it would make sense for them to get a Saurus Oldblood on foot to pair with this new General's Handbook that's about to come out. So that's what I'd put my money on, a new Saurus Oldblood on foot. The next model here, this one is interesting. This one's interesting. I think what I'm speculating is something we've kind of always wanted a little bit. A skirmishing skink cavalry unit. So, we've had lots of calls for that in the past, and maybe this is what this is going to be. This first shot here, I think, has some interesting details. We can tell that this is a skink riding on top of this dinosaur. 100% that's a skink. A little short, stubby tail, little tiny legs, hunched over, kind of like what you see a lot in the Pterodon Riders build. And this tail here, to me, it's a longer tail, and it kind of flares out. It looks like it flares out there at the end. And I've got a picture of a dinosaur that I think this might equate to. But very interesting there with this profile shot. There's a couple, as it turned around, we get to see a little bit more of its midsection and its full profile. It does look like a fast, smaller legged dinosaur here, so it does have a little bit of speed. But the interesting thing are these little profiles here at the very front, like spiny, almost not really feathery looking appendages, but something is there on its forelimbs. So something kind of interesting there. We get a little bit better shot of it as it's turning around a little bit, and you see that the neck profile goes up pretty high and must curve around because we see a little bit dangling from its neck up there. And so this interesting profile kind of leads me... Oh, there's another little shot of it as it's turning around. You can tell both of its arms have little spines or feathers or something on it. They don't quite look like feathers to me, but they look more like claws. But this profile reminds me of something like this dinosaur here, which is a. No, let me zoom back out. It's, that has a complicated Latin name. Who knows what that is? But, a very ostrich-like dinosaur. Fast, has a long feathered, like kind of splayed out tail, and it has 4 limbs with either, spines or feathers on it, depending on your view of dinosaurs. And then it's got a long, skinny neck there that I think could definitely play into that fast, mobile skirmisher role for a skink cavalry unit. So those are my guesses. I think it kind of fits what we see here in that profile. Something similar. It'll be warhammered up definitely to be pretty cool looking. But I'm excited. It doesn't look like it's a redo of the Saurus Knights, but hey, Warhammer loves to give us new models, new boxes, and hey, that's what we're in this hobby for. So I'm excited. I'm hyped. I'm ready to see what these guys look like. Let me know what your thoughts are below in the comments if you've got a theory or speculation on what these might be. And we'll see you next time, guys.